Hi, I'm Andy Smith from Digi60, and I'm here with Kevin Preece and Lee Demarbre, and we're just going to have an open conversation about what Digi60 is and how they, as filmmakers, participated. Guys, I wanted to ask you, having participated within Digi60, what did you do first after hearing the catch? Once the clock started ticking, what was the first thing you needed to do first? Kevin, you go first.
Panic. That was the first thing I did. If you look on the special features of the disc, you'll see how I reacted. I don't need to repeat it. And the next thing I did was my mind just started racing to about 100 different directions I could go. Opening little doors in my head, trying to, find a prize behind one of them. That's pretty much what I did right away. After that, sourced the story, started breaking down my script, and then started breaking down the shots. That's pretty much what I did for the first 3 weeks. The fourth week, I shot everything.
So you put a lot more time into the pre-production, and then you just went right after the actual production.
Yeah, I planned almost every second I could to make sure that I didn't waste any time when it came to the shooting day, so I could get everybody, in line with what I needed to get into the camera. So yeah, pre-production was the biggest thing I did on this one for sure, and it turned out pretty good for me.
Great, Lee.
I acted selfishly because I already had an idea what I wanted to do, and then I got the catch, and then you have to incorporate that into that idea. I think a lot of filmmakers base their idea off the catch, but there must be a few. I can't be the only one who sort of has the idea of what they want to do and then rearranges it to fit the catch.
No, I think a lot of the filmmakers at least have some kind of an idea just to be prepared, if anything.
Right.
And then when the catch is announced, if it's in line to their idea, they're like, yay, and they go off with it. I find in most cases, they don't say yay at all. They end up saying, oh, shit. And have to do something to their original idea and then change the overall catch.
It also depends on what the catch is, right?
Exactly.
Because, this year's catch, say, was a little more, a bit more of a game changer than, say, from a couple of years ago, where it was sort of the first line, last line thing, or using a specific prop or something, this one was, your story doesn't matter anymore. Take it from a kid,
Right.
So, yeah.
Well, at what point did you decide, okay, I know now what the catch is, I have an idea. Do you go after the story first? Do you put a crew together? Do you start securing locations? What did you guys do first, or what was your main priority?
Well, ironically, when I knew I was going to be, in the competition, I already had sourced my crew. People that I like to work with, I tried to make sure that, hey, in this particular time period, I have to shoot something. Can you make stuff available? What is your schedule like? And then I try and work out my sort of my plans through there. So after that, it was just jump right into the story. So
Wait.
I had to shoot fast because I knew the digital, because I had incorporated a lot of digital effects. I knew that was going to take up the majority of the time, so I just had to get my actors in front of the camera and me behind the camera as quick as we could. I knew that because that was my idea. So we just rushed into production and got Steve Legg and Casey to work on those bees really quick, and yeah, I felt for the first time a lot. It was like probably the most anxious I was ever to make a short film anyway.
Because of the time constraints, or because of what you wanted to do with the story?
Well, mostly because I have never done digital CGI before, and I was worried that they wouldn't even get done before the movie. I was picturing the movie without CGI, and how
So there's a real possibility you could have shot everything and had everything edited without your special effects.
That was a big fear, or have really crummy effects. And thankfully, it all got done, and I think the effects are fun too.
I think it was the first time we ever in Digi60 had CGI bees and boobies. I don't think we've had it since, but we are looking forward to the next time we can combine something like that.
Yes, I hope to bring both back.
What do you think helps you out as a Digi60 filmmaker the most? Like having a story ready, knowing how to use the equipment?
I think the ability to think on your feet is really the most valuable thing that anyone who's in the competition, you know, can have. I think you know, you can pre-plan everything before coming in, but if it's all going to change, you know, I mean, granted, you can keep some of the elements like a crew or, you know, the actors that you're going to use or something like that, but, you know, if you can sort of roll with the punches, and really, if you're a filmmaker, I mean, you've been punched a lot. It happens a lot. So, you know, you have to really be able to think on your feet. I think that, you know, the films that really stand out usually are, you know, the most beat up people because they know how to, you know, jump to the next thing. So.
Yeah, I think it's the you know, having the story, always knowing where to go as a filmmaker. You know, I always feel if I don't know the script, that and I don't know where I'm going, I'll slow down. So whatever obstacle gets in the way, whether it's a camera problem or a booby problem or the switch, you know, screws everything up, and the catch. I don't know. I always feel that for me, what's helpful is knowing, you know, where, you know, if you're not shooting chronologically, knowing what scene precedes this and what scene's coming next, and that's important for me.
Thinking on his feet.
What?
You're thinking on your feet right
Yeah.
there. Right?
That's what it is.
I sometimes read scripts and I'm reading a script and if I don't get a sense that I'll ever be on a set
Shooting
and
it?
totally be aware, you know, I mean, I don't know. It's just like if something doesn't grab me and I need to keep referring to the script,
Yeah.
then that's not the movie I should be making.
I agree with that 100% actually.
And it sounds naive. It sounds like a stupid thing to say. It sounds like, well, you just learn how to read better. But I'm going to read something once and have a, you know, when I have to read a script twice before I agree to do it, then
If you can't picture
Probably not
yourself
right.
on set
Yeah.
handling that scene,
yeah.
what's the point?
Yeah,
that's the
exactly.
point.
And
It's
you got to
not-
like what you're doing too, right?
Exactly.
So,
I've made 2 of those movies
Yeah.
where I was on set and wasn't totally into it, and
that's so
you know,
hard to
they
get through.
show. Yeah, it does. It does.